Hello and welcome to this week's program of GuySuCo Roundup. I'm your host, Curtis Hitel. GuySuCo creates a platform for professional development among its most valued assets and even in surrounding communities. It's a celebration of achievement for employees and residents of the Albion community. In the security department, 20 persons are more capable of detecting civil aviation threats. Do stay tuned as we applaud their achievements in this week's program of GuySuCo Roundup.
From the very land that gave sugar around the world the name Demerara comes the finest quality of cane sugar, Demerara Gold. Enjoy the real thing from the original source, the rich, fertile Demerara coastline where sugarcane has been harvested since the mid-17th century. The result is here for you to enjoy. Wherever this unique sugar flavor is needed, Demerara Gold is the ingredient that will always create a stir.
I am Peter Buru, champion for Elmore Estate 2015. GuySuCo is we own. We have to work for what we want. If we do not work, we cannot achieve. Everyone must come together to change GuySuCo into a strong business. Join me as I put GuySuCo first.
Welcome back. Over the past 2 weeks, ranks of the corporation were involved in training to improve their understanding of the requirements of aviation security practices. We'll bring you highlights of the November 13 event.
You've all been successful. There's a lot of ability in this room that's untapped, and there's a lot of potential. We should give ourselves a round of applause. You have done extremely well. Aim for very high positions in this kind of field. There's a space and scope for people like you throughout the aviation industry, at Ogle, at Timeri, and other airports that throughout the Caribbean require people who can screen, who can identify, persons that would want to unlawfully interfere with anything to do with aviation. So I am happy that, and I hope that you're happy, because you should be. We do hope that this is an enjoyable night for you, and it opens the door through which you're going to step into much greater things. Thank you.
You all did very well in your exams, right? Now, like Mr. Khan would have alluded to, everyone in this room would have gotten 70% and above, right? And that is very, very good. I can tell you there are persons from previous trainings that I have done who have not met that standard before, right? You have persons within the special constabulary who have trained who have not been able to do that, right? So I'm very proud of what you guys have done in this training. Just to go back through some of what we did, we started off with authorities, right? Correct? Yes, and who were some of the authorities we dealt with? We dealt with ICAO, which stands for the International Civil Aviation Organization. Right? We dealt with GCAA, the Guyana Civil Aviation Authority. We dealt with OAI, Oval Airport Incorporated, and we dealt with GuySuCo. Right? Now, each of those, at each level of those authorities, we had several other things in which we went into. The manuals, the documents that they produce. We went into a bit of history. We did some of the conventions. We dealt with threats. We dealt with countermeasures. We dealt with how you identify a threat in terms of when you're conducting the screening process. We dealt with how you physically search a person, the use of a handheld metal detector, the use of a walk-through metal detector, and some of their vulnerabilities, correct? You learn how to search a person's bag, right? All right, and we did go through vehicle inspection as well. So, you know the theory as it relates to that. But when it comes to the physical aspect and how you are expected to conduct your duties, at this facility here, remember, you are in charge, right? Any person that comes through the access points at this entrance here or at the larger gate, you're responsible for those persons. So anything that happens within this facility would be on you. You'll be the first person they look to. And you need to keep that in mind. And remember what I told you throughout the training. Going through the classroom exercises, that's not all. When you're finished there, you have a job to do, and you will be expected to do that job, right? So you still have your notes that you would have made, your own jottings. You also have the handout. Remember to keep reading those things as you go about your duties, because they will help you. Give yourselves a hand, a round of applause once again for how great you would have done. I am proud of you as the instructor. I'm sure your superiors are also proud of you. Because like you would have said, now you have a larger group of people to choose from to operate at this facility here. Correct? Now I hope you use the training to better yourselves and to better the operation here at this facility.
The ultimate security is your understanding of reality and the recognition that changes will take place and the knowledge that you're willing to deal with whatever happens. Now, superimpose these words that I've just mentioned on the recent aviation security training. You will recognize that therein lies one of the main objectives of that training, and that is to prepare you to deal with the changes in the form of the various security threats that you as security personnel face today and those you will continue to encounter throughout your security career. Though the general principles of security remain the same, this training has prepared you to function in an aviation security environment, which in reality is a widening of your understanding of security and your scope and capabilities to perform in other security environments. Prior to now, you may have had limited knowledge of the intricacies of aviation security. You are now prepared to deal with whatever eventualities that you may encounter whenever you are operating in an aviation security environment. And may I hasten to say, or may I hasten to add that this training was facilitated and coordinated by a subject matter expert that is recognized by the organization in this country, which is the leading organization for aviation security.
In the Berbice region, the Albion Community Center continues to provide the means through which residents can manage their homes effectively and be more proficient in the use of the computer. Congratulations to all of the participants.
It is indeed a pleasure for me, this afternoon, to deliver some reports for the information technology, cooking, egg decoration, and hospitality classes held by the Education and Training section of the Albion Community Development Center. A total of 104 persons successfully completed courses in information technology, cooking, egg decoration, and hospitality in the second half of 2016 and the first half of 2017. I must declare that the classes held in the second half of 2016 and the first half of 2017 here at the Albion Community Development Center were of success. These classes were closely monitored, and I must also mention that a high level of discipline was maintained. In conclusion, I would like to extend a special congratulations to all the graduates for the dedication, determination, and discipline that was displayed during the period of training. And also, I am looking forward to see all the graduates make valuable contribution to our society.
Thanks, Mr. Mall, for delivering the report for the information technology, cosmetology, cake decoration, and cooking classes held by the Education and Training section of the Albion Community Development Center from the second half of 2016 to date. As Mr. Mall mentioned, 104 persons will be graduating from 5 classes here today. I would like to extend a heartfelt congratulations. It is a pleasure for me to invite the hardworking finance manager of Albion Portmorant Estate, Ms. Marcia Peterkin, to the podium.
It is a pleasure to be at this graduation ceremony to address you on this special occasion. On behalf of Mr. Tribhuwan Sriprasad, who, as was mentioned earlier, is unavoidably absent because of other pressing duties. Mr. Sriprasad no doubt would have wanted to be here, since he is one of the individuals who would have been encouraging and admonishing persons, especially young persons, to find time for their dreams, develop themselves as much as possible, remembering that the sky is the limit. Today's ceremony is yet another testimony of the commitment towards this community by GuySuCo, and especially Albion Estate. One of the commitments of the management of Albion Estate and GuySuCo as a whole is to continue to encourage persons to pursue their dreams, their careers, and to go forward as they see fit. Hence, this occasion this afternoon. I must congratulate the CDO, Mr. Mangu, for his zeal, zest, and commitment to these programs in ensuring their success and continuity. Congratulations to you and all, and I wish you the very best in the future. Today you celebrate your achievement, but you also start another journey. Remember, the future is what you make of it. Thank you.
An educator with us here this afternoon. He is a well-known individual within this region, right? And now he's entrusted with the responsibility to head the Winifred Gaskin Secondary School. So I'd like to invite Mr. Imran Ali to the podium.
Parents, well-wishers, and of course the special people this afternoon, the graduates, those who would have successfully completed your respective programs, and you're here part of this very prestigious and important gathering to recognize and to celebrate your recent achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, pleasant good afternoon to you all. This afternoon is a celebratory moment. It's a moment when people would have recognized their achievements, and it's a time of jubilation, celebration. And so those who would have worked and would have toiled and would have done an excellent job over the period of their engagement with these programs, let us all put our hands together for the graduating class 2016-2017. Thank you. First of all, let me say that I'm very much elated, very much happy to be a part of this gathering. And of course, that yes, I'm here representing the regional chairman, who unavoidably could not have been with you this afternoon, but also that I was offered an individual invitation, and so in my personal capacity too, I wish to, at this time, extend warmest congratulations to all the graduates, sorry, the graduates, you haven't graduated as yet, you will soon be issued your certificates. To all the graduates, sorry, and all those persons who would have had a hand in ensuring that the respective programs would have come to fruition. Particularly, I want to applaud the efforts of GuySuCo, Albion Portmont Estate, that's the management, for having this sort of vision, for having this sort of commitment towards ensuring that they're fulfilling their corporate responsibility, not only in creating employment opportunities, but that this estate is taking the lead in providing other social services to members of their immediate community and afar off in terms of their program and aiding in the development of people's lives. We will begin to transform the lives of our people, your life, the lives of the members of our community, which is certainly one of Guyana's long-term goals. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, once again, congratulations to all those who have been successful, the graduating class, and all those who would have contributed to these outcomes here today. And let us look forward as a region to building our region, to transforming our region as being part of our long-term goal. Congratulations. He is a member of the Regional Education and Training Committee of Region Number 6. He is a trained teacher by profession, a profession he had practiced for quite some time. And because of his loyalty, dedication, and commitment, he was promoted to welfare officer within the Department of Education, Region Number 6. I must say, I'm delighted this afternoon to invite Mr. Hazrat Hussain to deliver the feature address for today's graduation ceremony. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Hazrat Hussain.
Today we celebrate 6 months of investment of their time and dedication learning a useful new skill that can help them earn an income for themselves and their families for years to come. Many of the graduates who were enrolled in the various classes tried their utmost to ensure that they acquired the necessary skills and knowledge which will enable them to function effectively in the world of work. This is why it is an even more commendable accomplishment for these individuals to have finished the course with such commitment, which I am today applaud for. During the past several months, these graduates were trained by our experienced instructors who worked tirelessly and went that extra mile to ensure their success, which we are all celebrating today. As I stand here with great pride, joining you in seeing this group completed their course, I welcome you all to this colorful ceremony. Graduates, despite some hard tasks, sadness, and grief that you have encountered in the course of your training, at the end of it all, you completed this part of your journey with great achievement and beautiful memories. As you leave here, expect that some challenges await you, which of course I strongly believe, going by your antecedents and the manner you have conducted yourselves over the period of time you were pursuing the various courses, the skills and knowledge that have been imparted in you, you'll surely overcome them. At this point, I want to implore you to always see yourself as good ambassadors and never allow selfish interests blemish the integrity you have nurtured over the period of your course. Be kind and good to people you meet on your way, as you will seek employment in the world of work. Some of you will be gainfully self-employed. Try to be a humble and pleasing individual. Today's graduation is among the many initiatives on the ground as we transition to medium to long-term strategy with decent work and sustainable livelihood at the heart of a recovery. Let me congratulate the 104 graduates who have successfully completed this intensive skills training sponsored by GuySuCo. With your acquired skills and established network, you can help in build better, safer, and stronger communities. I truly believe that the spirit of love and cooperation is here, and I thank each one of you for your support to ensure a sustainability of livelihood for a better and safer community. In closing, allow the Word of God to guide you as you journey to greatness. Think big thoughts and be optimistic in whatever you're doing. On behalf of myself and the Department of Education Region Number 6, I bid you farewell and wish you the best of luck in your days ahead. May God bless you all, and thank you very much. Thank you.
This afternoon we will be having 2 computer classes. The second intake of 2016 and the first intake of 2017 will be graduating here today. Added to that, we have 1 cooking class, 1 cake decoration class, and also a cosmetology class will be graduating here today. A total of 104 persons.
No matter the day, no matter the time, make up in your mind to take over your life and choose to be successful.
Come on, let's put our hands together for her. In both theoretical aspects and the practical of the examination. Being the second best graduating student for the second intake of 2016, we had a very tight race. And 3 persons would have acquired equal amount of marks. So we would have decided that we will be awarding all 3 of them here this afternoon. So the first award goes to Ms. Padmini Tekram. Ms. Marcy, can you please make this presentation? Put your hands together for her. And the next award goes to Ms. Walita Griffith. And the third person that captured the same amount of marks is Ms. Dina DiMatas. Ms. Dina DiMatas. And now for the best graduating student for the first intake of 2017. And this goes to Ms. Navita Gobardan. The second best graduating student for the first intake of 2017. This award goes to Ms. Selena Ayub. To the graduates, and I'd like to encourage your hearts with a song. And before I sing, let me tell you this. Each one of you who graduated here today has a dream. Don't let that dream die. Just follow it. No matter what you may face, listen to the words of the song. It'll encourage your hearts. The road you walk is long and lonely, and you get to live one life. So if you have a dream that you believe in, to make it real, you may have to find slamming doors and tears of heartache, cruel words that's like a knife cut to the heart. But it all means nothing if deep inside your dream is right. The waves roll on in the endless motion, and they watch my footsteps from the sand, but they never wash away all the memories, the love we share, and the songs we sung. The lights of home shine twice as brightly as the finest place that you ever seen. Like a way through the darkest hour, as you follow your dream, as you follow your dream, as you follow your dream. Thank you very much.
This concludes this week's program of GuySuCo Roundup. Thank you for staying tuned, and do join us again next week. I'm your host, Curtis Seatal. Goodbye.